Good morning, children. Hope you all are fine. Today in this class, we are going to see a new topic. The topic of the lesson is an introduction to chemistry. Chemistry is a big part of our everyday life. You find chemistry in daily life, in the foods you eat, air you breathe, soaps, etc. Chemistry is very important. Everyday life we are using lot of things. Okay, lot of chemical substances we are using. In our day-to-day life, you might have observed many changes. Okay, many changes in the world around you are caused by chemical reactions only. Food is made from chemicals. Okay, even chemical reactions takes place in your body. That is the air you breathe and respiration, digestion of food. Everything are chemistry only. Okay, chemical reactions takes place in your body. So it is very important to know about chemistry. Chemistry plays a very important role in our life. So in this lesson we are going to learn about the basic things about chemistry. Right. So before we enter into this topic, you should learn some fundamental things about chemistry. Right. What are the fundamental things? Few things I will tell you. The remaining things we will learn in our next chapters. Okay. First one about matter. What do you mean by matter? Matter is anything which occupies space and has weight are called matter. Okay. Everything around us are made of matter only. Okay. Even a person is also a matter. Why? Because a person has some weight, he occupies the space and he has some weight, some mass, isn't it? So, what is meant by matter? Anything which occupies space and has weight are called matter. Okay, so this is the first basic term. Second one is about atom. What do you mean by atom? Atom is the very smallest particle which takes part in a chemical reaction. Okay, so atom is a tiny means very small particle that takes part in a chemical reaction. Right? Next one about element. What do you mean by element? An element is a pure substance that cannot be decomposed by chemical methods into simpler substances. Okay. Here one thing you have to remember, an element is made up of only one kind of atoms. Okay. Even our body is also 99% of our body is made of elements like hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, carbon, etc. Okay. So an element is a pure substance that cannot be decomposed into simpler substances by chemical method. Right? Next one about compound. What is meant by compound? A compound is composed of two or more different elements. Okay. A compound is composed of two or more different elements. For example, water you take. Water is a compound. Why? Because you know very well, water is made of two elements. One is hydrogen and another one is oxygen. Hydrogen is a separate element. Oxygen is a separate element. Both the elements combine to form the compound water. Okay. Next example. Lot of examples we can say. Next one, sodium chloride. Sodium is a separate element. Chlorine is a separate element. Both the elements combine to form the compound sodium chloride. Okay. So what do you mean by compound? A compound is composed of two or more separate elements. Right. Next come to molecule. What is meant by molecule? Group of atoms bonded together to form a molecule. Bonding means what? molecule. What do you mean by molecule? Group of atoms bonded together to form molecule, right? Next one is about ions. Ions means what? Atoms, a group of atoms, they have charge. Positive charge or negative charge are called ions. Okay, atoms or group of atoms having a charge, positive charge or negative charge are called ions. There are two type of ions. One is the cation, another one is the anion. Okay, what is the difference between cation and anion? If you take cation, cation is positively charged, whereas anion is negatively charged. Both cation and anion are ions only. Okay, they have opposite charges, but they get attracted to each other. Right? What is meant by ions? Atoms are a group of atoms having a charge are called ions. Okay. Next one, you should know about subatomic particles. What are the subatomic particles? Already I told you, an atom is the smallest particle which takes part in a chemical reaction. Okay. And next you should know about subatomic particles. There are three subatomic particles present. One is called protons, next one is electrons, and third one is neutrons. Okay. What is meant by proton? Proton is a positively charged particle, electron is a negatively charged particle, and neutron has no charge, it is neutral. Okay. So these things you should remember, and also you should know about nucleus. Nucleus is nothing but the center of a nucleus. Actually, it is present at the center of an atom. Okay. So these are the fundamental things you should learn. Now let me get into the new topic, introduction to chemistry. Right. First, let me start with the definition for chemistry. So what is meant by chemistry? Chemistry is the science of matter. Okay, chemistry is the science of matter. Already I told you the meaning for matter. Matter means anything which occupies space and has weight are called matter. So, how will you define chemistry? Chemistry is the science of matter and the changes it undergoes during chemical reactions. Okay. For example, we can say digestion of food. Digestion of food is nothing but a chemical reaction only, isn't it? So, chemistry is the science of matter and the changes it undergoes during chemical reaction. Right? Next, we can move to origin of the term chemistry. Origin means beginning. Okay. First, chem. Actually, chem is K-E-M-E. This chem is an Arab Latinized word. Okay. Chem is an Arab Latinized word, and the meaning for this word chem is value. Value means what? Worth. Okay. Worth. Next one, chemia. This chemia is an Egyptian word. Chemia is an Egyptian word. The meaning for chemia is transmutation of earth. Okay, transmutation of earth. What is the meaning for transmutation? Transmutation is nothing but conversion of one chemical element into another chemical element. That is the meaning for transmutation. Right? So next one is chimia. This chimia is a Greek word. Okay, these type of questions you will be getting in need-based question. That is 1 mark. Okay, so these things are very important. Chimia. Chimia is a Greek word, and the meaning for chimia is art of alloying metal. Okay, art of alloying metal. What do you mean by alloys? Alloys means it is nothing but mixing or fusion of two or more metals or elements. Okay, that is called alloys. And next one, kumeya. This kumeya is also a Greek word only, and the meaning for kumeya is casting together. Casting together means putting things together. Okay, so from this word only the word chemistry has derived. Okay, chemistry word derived from these Greek words only. Right. So next we can move to the meaning of chemistry. In the meantime, I want to say one thing. at the end, that is during 20th century, one of the famous scientists called Linus Pauling. Okay, he suggested about the chemistry. That is, he said that chemistry is a branch of science that deals with properties, structure, and transformations. Transformation means conversion of one into another element, a conversion of one metal into another, like that. Okay, so Linus Pauling, he said like that. Okay, now we can define chemistry. What is meant by chemistry? Chemistry is the branch of science that deals with properties, okay, composition and structure of substances. It is a very important 2-mark question. What is meant by chemistry? Chemistry is the branch of science that deals with properties, composition and structure of substances. Okay. There are different branches of chemistry like organic chemistry, inorganic chemistry, physical chemistry, analytical chemistry and biochemistry, like that. But this topic we are going to learn about 4 branches. Okay, what are they? First one is organic chemistry, second one inorganic chemistry, third one physical chemistry, fourth one analytical chemistry. First, let me discuss about organic chemistry. What is meant by organic chemistry? Organic chemistry is a branch of chemistry which deals with carbon and its compounds which are found in living things. Carbon in the sense coal. Okay. So, organic chemistry deals with the branch of science that deals with the carbon and its compounds which are found in living things. For example, medicines, steel, pen, paper, ink, plastics, rubber, so many things we can say. Okay, so organic chemistry deals with carbon and its, in one line if we want to define about organic chemistry is, it mentions the carbon and its compounds. Second one, inorganic chemistry. Inorganic chemistry deals with behavior, properties of inorganic substances, that is inorganic compounds other than carbon compounds. Okay, inorganic chemistry deals with the behavior and properties of inorganic compounds other than carbon compounds. So what is the difference between organic chemistry and inorganic chemistry? Organic chemistry is the study of chemistry deals with carbon compounds. Whereas if you take inorganic chemistry, it deals with the study of inorganic compounds except carbon compounds. That is the difference. Okay. For inorganic chemistry, we can give examples: oxygen, air, water, glass. Okay. So many examples we can give for inorganic chemistry. So now you know about organic chemistry. What is the difference between organic and inorganic chemistry? Next, we can move to the physical chemistry. Physical chemistry deals with the physical structure of chemical compounds. Okay, physical chemistry is a branch of science deals with the physical structure of chemical compounds. Okay, it also mentions the study of how matter behaves on molecular and atomic orbital, okay, and also how chemical reactions takes place. So it is very important to know about physical chemistry. Okay, physical chemistry deals with the physical structure of chemical components, how chemical reactions takes place, right? Good. Next we can move to analytical chemistry. Analytical chemistry is a branch of science that deals with the study of instruments and methods used to identify, separate and quantify matter. This line is very important. Instrument and methods. Okay. So analytical chemistry deals with the study of instruments and methods used to separate, identify and quantify matter. branches of chemistry and you have to write. Okay, good. So next we have to move to analysis. So determination of chemical compound in a given sample is called analysis. Okay, what is the meaning for analysis? Analysis means examining something in an organized manner, organized way. That is called analysis. Okay, so it's a 2-mark question. What is meant by analysis? Analysis means the simple meaning is it is in the examining something in an organized way or organized manner. But if this question is asked in 2-mark question, you have to mention what is meant by analysis. Okay, that is determination of chemical compounds in a given sample is called analysis. Okay, given sample will be given to you. From that you have to determine the chemical nature of the substance. That is called analysis. Okay, there are 2 types of analysis. One is a qualitative analysis and another one is a quantitative analysis. Okay, what is the difference between qualitative analysis and quantitative analysis? If you take qualitative analysis, it mentions the identification of unknown substance. You don't know that you don't know about that substance. Okay, so qualitative analysis mentions the identification of unknown substance, whereas if you take quantitative analysis, it determines the composition of the given mixture. Okay, here these things you have to remember, and also already I told you about ions. Okay, here when you go to higher classes, you will learn about these things in detail. Now this is enough for you, right? Okay, next we can move to brief history of chemistry. Okay, history of chemistry can be divided into 5 periods. Okay, the first one is ancient period up to 350 AD, the alchemical period, hydrochemistry period, the phlogiston period, modern period. First let me discuss about ancient period up to 350 AD. In ancient times, ancient means olden times. Okay, so in olden times, many operations, many techniques, okay, such as swirling of milk, conversion of fruit juices into wines, conversion of wines into vinegar. Wine is nothing but an alcoholic drink. Okay, these things were known. And during 3000 BC, okay, during 3000 BC, many techniques such as glass making, pottery, dyes, pigments, extraction of metals such as gold and silver were known in various countries like India, China, Greece, etc. Okay, here what is meant by pottery? Pottery is nothing but articles made from fired clay. And what is pigment? Pigment is nothing but it just mentions the color. For example, chlorophyll gives a green color to the plants, isn't it? So it is just an example for pigment. Okay, pigment means it mentions the color. And extraction of metal means purifying the metal. Okay, so this was happened during ancient period up to 350 AD. So next we can move to the alchemical period. In alchemical period, the different materials that they were used were represented by various symbols. Okay, well they tried to make the less valuable metal into gold. This process was known as alchemy, and the men who did this work were known as alchemists. Okay, alchemists were also known as gold cooks. During alchemical period, the alchemists they have the ability to cure the bubonic plague. What is bubonic plague? This bubonic plague is nothing but rare but serious bacterial infection which are transmitted by fleas. Okay, and they create elixir. Elixir is nothing but medicine which was used to cure common cold, flu and also allergies. Flu is nothing but a viral infection. Okay, so these things happened in alchemical definition for hydrochemistry period is chemistry combined with medicine. Okay. During this hydrochemistry period, the study of gases was began. Robert Boyle was a very famous inventor, physicist, chemist. Okay, he proposed that is Robert Boyle proposed that when a metal is heated in air, its mass increases. At the same time, Robert Boyle gave the relationship between pressure and volume of the gas. Okay, these things happened in hydrochemistry period. Next we can move to phlogiston period. The phlogiston theory was proposed by Ernst Stahl. Okay, Ernst Stahl. The word phlogiston is actually a scientific theory. Okay, that mentions a fire-like substance called phlogiston. It mentions a combustible substance. Okay, the word phlogiston is derived from the Greek word. And the meaning for phlogiston is burned. Okay. During phlogiston period, many work was done with gases by famous scientists such as Joseph Black, Joseph Priestley, Carl Scheele, Henry Cavendish, etc. Okay. These things happened in phlogiston period. Phlogiston, the meaning for phlogiston is burned, combustible material. Next we can move to modern period. In modern period started with Lavoisier. Lavoisier, who is considered as the father of modern chemistry. Robert Boyle, I told you no. Robert Boyle also considered as the founder of modern chemistry. Whereas in modern period, Lavoisier considered as the father of modern chemistry. Robert Boyle, founder of modern chemistry. Okay. So, Lavoisier proposed many things during modern period, such as he presented a clear explanation for combustion. Combustion means burning. He also presented a clear explanation that oxygen is very essential for burning, and also he proposed what is composed of hydrogen and oxygen. Also he proposed the law of indestructibility of matter. Indestructibility of matter in the sense incapable of being destroyed. Okay. Also he found the elements also. So these Lavoisier proposed during modern period. During the end of the 18th century, John Dalton, John Dalton is well known for his atomic theory. He proposed that atom is a very smallest particle that takes part in a chemical reaction. So John Dalton also worked in the modern period. He proposed that matter is made up of very small particles, that is called atom. Okay. So these are the brief history of chemistry. This one you can expect in the detailed answer, right children? Next we can move to the great minds of chemistry. Here we are going to discuss about some famous scientists as well as about their inventions. Okay. First one, let me discuss about Henry Cavendish. Henry Cavendish, actually he was a very famous, and he named hydrogen. Okay, he worked with hydrogen in his laboratory. He gave the name hydrogen. So Henry Cavendish was a very famous scientist. Next, Joseph Priestley. He also worked with many gases like carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, etc. Okay. Next, Lavoisier, already I told you, he proposed the law of conservation of mass. You will learn about the law of conservation of mass in the 8th standard. Okay. Next one, John Dalton. John Dalton is very famous for his atomic theory. Next one, Mendeleev. Mendeleev formulated the periodic table. That also you will learn in your higher classes. Okay, next one, Marie Curie. Marie Curie isolated radium as well as polonium. Isolated means separated, right? Next one, J.J. Thomson. J.J. Thomson discovered electrons. Already I told you about the subatomic particles, isn't it? What are the subatomic particles? Protons, electrons and neutrons. So J.J. Thomson discovered electrons. Next one, P.C. Roy. P.C. Roy was the founder of Bengal Chemicals, India's first pharmaceutical company. Next one, Rutherford. He discovered the atom. Okay, he discovered atom. S.N. Bose is well known for his Bose-Einstein condensate. You will learn about this Bose-Einstein condensate in your higher classes. Next, C.N.R. Rao. C.N.R. Rao also very famous for his structural chemistry. And finally, Venkatraman Ramakrishnan, he proposed about the ribosomes in biology. Okay, so these things, this great minds of chemistry is about the famous scientists as well as their inventions. You will learn about, you will get 1 mark questions. You can expect many 1 mark questions. You have to remember who is the inventor, who is the scientist, and about their invention also. Okay, for example, J.J. Thomson discovered electron, isn't it? So like that you will be getting many 1 mark questions, right children? Good. So next I told you about analysis, isn't it? In the chemistry laboratory we can do many experiments. For that we use many chemical apparatus. For that we use many apparatus. Some of the apparatus I will show you now. So this is the test tube. These are called the test tubes. It is cylindrical. It is cylindrical in shape. It is mainly used to hold chemicals for heating purpose. Okay. So this is called the test tubes. And this is the beaker, which we use to hold reagents or chemicals, and also we can keep the chemicals and we can heat the chemicals. Okay, so this is called the beaker. Okay, different capacities of beakers are available up to 1000 ml. This is actually 100 ml beaker. Measurement is very important. Okay, so this is called the watch glass. It is just a concave shaped glass. It is used to hold solid chemicals, to evaporate liquid chemicals. For that purpose we use this watch glass, right? And this is called the conical flask. This conical flask is used to hold chemicals. For during titration time we swirl this conical flask like this. Okay, the reagents, then only the reagents will get mixed, right? So this is funnel. This is mainly used for filtering purpose. Okay, if you want to filter anything, you put inside this conical flask and keep the filter paper inside this conical flask, and we have to filter it. All the dust particles will settle at the filter paper. The clear substances will come down. For filtering purpose we use this. Okay, so next one, this is glass rod. This is mainly used for mixing purpose. Okay, if we want to mix anything, we should not use our hand and all, because in chemistry laboratory many harmful chemicals are we are using many harmful chemicals. We should be handled with very care. Okay, we should use mask, we should put gloves, boot is very important, we should wear cap, everything, these safety measures we have to take. Okay, for mixing purpose we use this glass rod. This is actually spatula. If you want to take any chemicals, you should not use directly your hand. Okay, because all these chemicals are very harmful in nature. So for that you should use by using this spatula. With this spatula only you should take the chemicals, reagents, whatever it may be, right? So some of the reagents I will show you now. Many chemical reagents we are using in the chemistry laboratory. Most of the chemicals are very harmful. Okay, so we cannot do those things in the classroom. That's why we will perform that experiments only in the chemistry laboratory. So this is one of the reagent. This reagent is called copper sulfate. Okay, this reagent is called copper sulfate. It's a very beautiful chemical substance in the chemistry laboratory. When you come to higher classes, you will handle all these things. Like just you know about these substances. So next one of the liquid chemical substance. So this I showed you know this is a solid substance. It is just a salt. Now this is one of the liquid substance. This is the vinegar. Vinegar means it is nothing but it is made of acetic acid. Okay. This is also a harmful substance only, but this vinegar actually we use in our household substance. Okay. For to preserve pickle purpose, we have to use little drops of vinegar. Okay. So anyhow, it is a chemical substance only. So this is a vinegar. Okay, children. So what are the things we discussed today? Everything you have to go through, right? Get ready for the Zoom class, and also today you will get the assignment. Separate notebook you have to put for physics, chemistry as well as for biology. Use long size 100 notebook. Write the questions with black pen. Answers you will use only black ink pen. Okay, use black ink pen. Don't use refill pen and all. Write neatly. Once the answer is over, put line. Often we will check your notebooks. Okay, before unit test 1, keep all these points in your mind. Complete the assignment and send it through WhatsApp group. Okay, children.